Will Shipley is deep, averaging 20.3 on only 4 returns. And there will not be one here. So while we thought we were going to see the 25th start of Tyler Van Dyke's career, we are going to see the 8th start of Cade Klubnik's career here tonight.
And when I say, when you say it like that and you think, wow, just the 8th start, feels like he's played a lot of college football for this just being his 8th start, but it's a good reminder that he's a young quarterback. You look at last week, obviously, he's 131 yards passing the football. They've struggled to get big plays. I think one of the things they want more out of Cade Klubnik is using his legs to get big plays that way for this Clemson offense.
Miami defense is pretty good as well. Klubnik on first down wants to throw, wants to take the shot for Bo Collins over the shoulder, and then it's banged out of there. Jaden Davis, the Oklahoma transfer, raked it out of Bo Collins on what would have been about a 25, 30-yard throw on first down.
Yeah, and it's a perfect throw by Cade Klubnik. And it's hard to do this. Very first play of the game, throw a fade route and drop it perfectly to Bo Collins. It's just a nice job of Jaden Davis. Kind of at the moment of truth. You see Collins has it, just continuing to force and rake at the football.
Smart play by Davis, 2nd and 10 early for the Tigers. Here's Klubnik, and Shipley can't go anywhere because Kiko Mawanoa, the older brother of the talented freshman right tackle Francis Mawanoa, the tackle, and that's his older brother.
Well, how about Mawanoa here? Watch this here. Talk about shedding a blocker. Takes on a blocker and then sheds him and then gets to Shipley. That's really well done. Mawanoa's been a good player. Really done a nice job solidifying the middle of this Miami defense.
Tigers have got 3 to the field on 3rd down. Here's Klubnik after the loss of 2 to his right. And he will keep it and be tackled as he goes out of bounds at the 26. James Williams, the very talented safety, over to make the play. And Clemson is 3 and out.
Well, that's a nice job of James Williams. 6'5", 215. He's a very rangy player. And at his size, he just eats up so much ground as he's pursuing to the quarterback. It's a good job of the Miami defense getting off the field on 3rd down.
Ray Joseph, who normally wears number 5, is number 47. Returning the punt here because there's a duplicate 5 on the field, and this is Joseph, and he is almost taken down by behind the 20, and now new life crashes over the 30 and out to the 33. Terrific return, 14 yards of a 54-yard punt by Aiden Swanson. And that's where Miami's going to get started. And welcome to your first collegiate start, Emory Williams, 6'5", 220 from Milton, Florida. Number 15 pocket passer out of the prep ranks in Milton.
He's a mid-year enrollee, so he did have a spring, has had a summer, and he's essentially been the number 2 quarterback this entire time in Miami. He's gotten that work, but this is a big challenge tonight.
11 personnel with the 3 receivers to the field. Williams throws on first down. This is Brashard Smith, who is cat quick, and he's got a first down for the Canes. Out to the 45. It's a 12-yard throw. Nate Wiggins, who's back in the Clemson lineup after missing the last 2 games.
And what a smart call by Shannon Dawson, Wes. Go ahead, throw the wide receiver screen and do it to somebody that's been really good on special teams, somebody that's been kind of an electric, explosive player. Get your quarterback a completion, not just a completion, one that goes for a first down.
So here's Williams on a first down, and Miami going 2 by 2 here. Chaney's first carry, left side, trying to get out to the 50, pulled down by Barrett Carter before he could. Tim, I noticed a couple weeks ago in the Georgia Tech game that we had, Shannon Dawson's got a ton of formations in his playbook.
He does, and that last one, he's basically just trying to spread out the defense to have the box define itself. How many defenders, in terms of defensive linemen and linebackers, do you have in there? Do they give us a clean run look? I think doing that, maybe we'll see more of it because it helps clean things up for the quarterback in terms of decisions you make in the run game.
Chaney stays in. Here's the 2nd down play. And they're going to hit the reverse, and this is Tyler Harrell Turning the corner, he'll have the first down into Clemson territory. Taken out of the air by Jalen Phillips, and now a flag has come in as well in Tiger territory at the Clemson 44 here. Cam McCormick, the tight end, was over there.
Personal foul. Illegal block below the waist. Offense number 55. 15-yard penalty. Second down.
Now this is Matt Lee, the transfer center from UCF.
You know, it's tricky. You see right here on the right side of the screen, I actually think he's just running and kind of loses his balance. And as he loses his balance, because he got up limping, I think maybe something bothered him, and turns into a cut block, which used to be a legal play, no longer is, for the big guys on the perimeter blocking on screens, reverses, things of that nature.
So first penalty of the ball game negates a 7-yard run by Harrell. Now second down and 15. Williams, another quick throw. First catch of the night for Xavier Restrepo. And he'll pick up 4 on the play before he's taken down. That's R.J. Mickens.
I think Shannon Dawson's doing a nice job here. Let's think what we've seen. You know, Rashard Smith's got a ton of speed. Go ahead and get him the football. Restrepo, who's a very reliable player, throw a receiver screen to him. Go ahead and you get an end around. Like, make it easy on your quarterback by giving it to some dependable guys you know that can make plays early in this game to get your freshman quarterback some confidence.
There's the first-year offensive coordinator, spent the last 4 years at Houston with Dana Holgorsen, Shannon Dawson. 3rd and 11 now for the Canes on their opening drive. Clemson went 3 and out. And the timeout. Now, this is part of the game management and awareness piece. Remember last Saturday night in Durham, we talked about it with Henry Beelan. Early timeout here for Miami.
This week against a talented Carolina team ended up being the difference in the football game.
Mario Cristobal knows it. They had 4 in the loss to Georgia Tech. Here's 3rd and 11 out of the timeout. Williams gives ground on the drop, and that got deflected coming out of there. I think 11 Woods might have gotten a hand on it, or was it 12 T.J. Parker? Man, this Parker youngster now out of Phoenix City, Alabama. He and Peter Woods coming at you.
Yeah, both of them putting pressure, and I think the elbow, T.J. Parker gets the elbow, and I think Peter Woods maybe gets a piece of the football. But I think that's kind of indicative of kind of who Clemson's become, right, Wes?
Yeah.
I mean, some true freshman defensive linemen making an impact early in the football game.
Antonio Williams, who's back in the lineup for the Tigers after missing the last 3, waits on the punt from the Aussie Dylan Joyce, and Williams signals for and makes the fair catch. 40-yard punt. Tigers get started with their second possession. And when you talk about Clemson, of course, you're talking about a staple of the college football playoff. And don't forget, 12 straight seasons with 10 or more wins. And you see the last couple of years, it's been a point of frustration for Dabo Swinney. And this year, lost to Duke on Labor Day night, and then the overtime loss to Florida State. The worst start in 13 years, but as he will remind you, we can still win 10.
Well, it can still win 10. Honestly, a 4-2 team that is very close to being 6-0.
Give us to Shipley. Bounces it out here to the near side at the 20 and gang tackled at the 23. Will be a run of about 7 on the play.
Seems like all kinds of confusion. I mean, there's not timing up the motion for Sage Ennis, and Clemson, I think, fortunate on that first down play.
There's the freshman Tyler Brown reaching across the 26 for the first down, tackled by Cam Kitchens, the outstanding safety for Miami.
And Wes, I think it's interesting, Tyler Brown, he to me feels like the most explosive player on the offense in terms of where you can find big plays. And as we look at the kind of the last few years for Clemson, I think that's something that's missing from this football team right now, is just big plays from wide receivers.
Klubnik on first down wants to take another shot. Here's Collins up to bat one more time and cannot come up with the play against Davis again. Second time we've seen Cade Klubnik try to dial up Bo Collins.
And that's another example of what I'm talking about. Second time they try Bo Collins on a go route, not able to connect. And you think about it, this has been wide receiver you. Guys have been winning those 50-50 balls to Hopkins and Watkins and Mike Williams, Justin Ross, T. Higgins. They were 80-20 in Clemson's favor.
Second in the full 10 here for Klubnik. And he will keep it to the left side, trying to find some room, and I think he's out of bounds near the line of scrimmage. And the Tigers nonetheless will have 3rd and long here.
3rd and long, and now you find yourself in a situation where known passing situation, you're a little bit backed up, and you know, I would think Lance Goodry maybe has some special stuff dialed up for this Garrett Riley-led offense of the Clemson Tigers.
Clemson is 14 of 31 in their last 2 games on 3rd down. They're 45% against the ACC, which is first, but 0 for 1 so far tonight, and staring 0 for 2 in the face. Klubnik again, shoots it, caught, middle of the field. Adam Randall out of Myrtle Beach tried to break away, but Kitchens got enough to take him down. And Cam Kitchens is shaken up on the play at the Miami 40-yard line. It's a 34-yard throw to Adam Randall, and it's his first catch in the last 3 games. Timeout while they check on Kitchens here in Miami. And now is going to stay in the ball game, but it looked like a collision with Randall here trying to make the play.
Yeah, you know, just kind of shoestring tackle, if you will, and that cleat of Randall looked like it came up into the throat or chin area of Cam Kitchens, who's missed some time because of the concussion, but has obviously been an excellent player here for Miami.
He did come off the field. So 1st and 10, Clemson. Longest catch of Randall's career, by the way, 34 yards. Klubnik, pressure coming. Back across, trying to go that time to Antonio Williams, raked out by Darryl Porter Jr.
Well, Miami's bringing pressure, and it's really just kind of a drag slant combination, man coverage. It's a good job of delivering an accurate throw by Klubnik, which allows for run after the catch as Jaden Davis stumbles, and I think Miami's fortunate that Cam Kitchens was able to get Randall down.
So 2nd in the full 10 after the miss a moment ago. Klubnik has opened 2 of his first 5. And here is Shipley trying to find a seam, and Miami not having it. Basaint, the very talented sophomore at linebacker, makes the stop.
Well, what's nice about that play by Basaint is he just runs it down from behind.
Yeah.
You know, just kind of one of those things. Trust what you see, chase it down, and you know, they said what he kind of lacks in experience, he makes up for it just by going 100% full speed all the time.
3rd down, full 10 for the Tigers. Play clock down to 4. Klubnik snaps it. Up in the pocket, going to tuck and run, and he will have the 1st down. There's a flag thrown at the Miami 24 here. Hurricanes think it's on the Tigers. And I think it's going to be a hold, maybe in the secondary on the Clemson. Oh no, it's on Miami. Marcus Woods is our referee.
Holding. Defense, number 20. 10-yard penalty from the end of the run. 1st down.
James Williams.
The timing of that was weird. Klubnik takes off and runs, which Dabo wants him to do way more of, and turns out to be a good play for Clemson. Oh, it was strange that, you know, the holding penalty on Miami, I feel like comes in after Klubnik is past the line of scrimmage. I think we maybe are looking at maybe that conflict that happened there. Not sure. Either way, good scramble by Klubnik, and now the Tigers are in striking distance.
In the red zone after the 14-yard run. Here's Klubnik trying to bounce around, shoots it to Tyler Brown inside the 10, flipped over by Davis at the 8 of Miami. Boy, this young freshman from Greenville has really come on the scene for Dabo Swinney.
Yeah, and the play was actually not designed to go to him. Klubnik comes off of the shot down the field. Does a nice job of finding his outlet, and he's a good player to find.
So Garrett Riley goes 2 back here, Tim. Maffa wearing number 7 along with Shipley joining Klubnik in the backfield. 2nd down and 3. And here is Maffa barreling in. And he will turn the corner to the 4. And it looks like he's got enough for the 1st down. And boy, the red zone has not been the Tigers' friend at all this year. You see they're 6th in trips, but only 118th in points per trip.
Part of the challenge has been the turnovers that have happened in the red zone. You just go back to the opening week when you're just having quarterback, running back exchange issues.
Yep.
Something that definitely is kind of gotten them off track at times offensively.
8 touchdowns and 18 drives against the ACC for Clemson. Snap to Klubnik. Catch is Bo Collins. Trying to wheel around and cannot break away. Sure tackle by Jaden Davis.
Running kind of one of these flat screens where they're just going to shoot it out to Bo Collins and running off or blocking outside. And because it's an inaccurate throw where Collins has to adjust to the football, kind of prevents run after the catch and allows Miami to rally to the football to make a tackle.
They take Brenningstool, the tight end, with 18 catches out of the game and put 6'4" Sage Ennis in at one of the tight end spots. He's got a single catch on the year. 12th play of the drive for Clemson is 2nd and goal. Here is Klubnik trying to get around the corner. Shipley trying to help with a block. He'll be taken down by Basaint at the 2.
Clemson gets into unbalance and then tries to run to the open end side, and Miami's defensive speed just too much. See, it's unbalanced. They're basically trying to run a zone read to the open end side, and Shipley just can't get the block on Basaint. And now, with 3rd down, Maffa comes back into the game, and I would expect to see that split back look and maybe some type of, basically today's version of the option with both of those backs in the backfield.
Phil Maffa is 230 pounds. Klubnik gets a direct snap to Shipley, and Shipley cracks the line. Did he get in? And the ball is out, and that's Williams with it. But was it recovered in the end zone by Miami, or was it recovered outside the goal line?
Wes, this ball was coming loose, which would just be something for Clemson offensively.
Marcus Woods.
Ruling on the field is a fumble recovered by Miami. 1st down, Miami.
So the Canes force Clemson to remember some bad things from early in the year.
I mean, it's wild. Dabo basically talked about how it's been so weird how these fumbles have happened. That ball is coming loose, it looks like to me, before that knee hits the ground, and it's almost like they couldn't find it initially.
That is the 9th fumble of the year by Clemson.
And Wes, once this football was down, Shipley knows it's out. I'm not sure anybody else realized the football was out. And as Maffa's looking for it, James Williams realized that he's on it. And to be honest with you, when he actually picks this football up and possesses it, I'm not sure that he was actually down at all. He's up. If the officials don't blow that, he may run it 100 yards the other way for a score.
So out of the Clemson turnover, here's Miami off its 20, and new life for Emory Williams in his first collegiate start. And straight ahead, Brashard Smith, who can fly. Will he take it all the way to the 5? And he loses it going into the end zone. Smith lost the football before he scored, I believe. And now there's a scene as to whether or not he's recovered. There's a flag being thrown. Oh my goodness. Marcus Woods and his crew trying to sort this out. Brashard Smith, one of the fastest Hurricanes.
The ruling on the field is a fumble, then recovered by Miami. Result of the play is a touchdown.
Unbelievable.
The play, unsportsmanlike conduct, defense.
Check this out. This is Brashard Smith. This is why you hustle in football games. Obviously, they break the run. A lot of guys just stop. But he continues to work for his teammate, trying to hustle for a block. By hustling and finishing the play, when that ball comes loose, Jacoby George is there to make the play. Excuse me, not Brashard Smith, Jacoby George. Jacoby George hustling has Miami on top right now with a tremendous, tremendous effort.
80 yards, a fumble at the goal line, recovered in the end zone by Jacoby George. In one snap, 2 fumbles. Borregales adds the point. How about all this, huh? Clemson fumbles going in, Tim, and then Miami strikes. Stripped out of there by Nate Wiggins. And Emory Williams is off to a lead in South Florida. Good job. Good job, Zero. Way to go, Zero. Got us to the house. Restrepo, the rest of the Canes celebrating Brashard Smith's 80-yard run. Stripped by Wiggins at the goal line. Recovered in the end zone, as Tim told you, by Jacoby George. And Miami's up 7-0. And by the way, that was the first play after Shipley fumbled going in. And Williams recovered it. And he might have been able to run it all the way back to it. They're not blowing the whistle.
If you didn't see it, you might not believe it happened.
Shipley will field a short kick. Borregales at the 19. Shipley quickly, 35, 40, and stretches to the 44. Clemson will have decent field position for their 3rd chance here tonight, Taylor.
I talked to Jacoby George this week. I said, what's different for you this year? He said, first of all, I'm healthy. Last year, dealt with a broken hand, so he missed 7 games. That's behind him now. He also said being sidelined has him appreciating the game differently, seeing it from a different vantage point. He said it's so hard to be out of the game when everyone else is playing, so it's made him appreciate things more. And in order to make up for lost time, he told me, you have to go even harder now. I would say he went 100% and then some on that play, guys.
It shows you what extra effort means and how it can pay off for you.
Yep. If the game means more, you play harder. And by doing that, certainly helped his team out.
Tigers off the 43 now. After Miami's taken the lead on the Smith run and George recovery. And there's a quick shot to Tyler Brown. The freshman hauls it in at the Cane 46. Cloyd the tackle.
You look at Tyler Brown here. Just watch the way he works for his quarterback. He does a nice job of working back to the football. Good job securing it. He's got a great feel for a young wide receiver.
1st and 10, and somebody started early. It might have been Blake Miller, the big sophomore from Strongsville, Ohio.
False start. Offense, number 78. 5-yard penalty, 1st down.
First penalty of the night on the Tigers.
Was Miller. I got a kick at when these big guys false start. Like, give us your pass set, big fella. There you go. And he kind of turns around like, hey, was I wrong or were you guys wrong? You know, kind of that feeling.
Ruben Bain, the very talented freshman, lining up against Miller. Klubnik shoots it to Maffa. Here's Phil Maffa near side. He'll be tracked down. Floyd, the linebacker, again, had some help. Kitchens, the safety, takes down the 230-pound junior from Grayson High School in Loganville, Georgia, Phil Maffa, who's a really nice change of pace. But Garrett Riley's starting to find that rhythm of both guys in the Clemson attack. But Tim, as you noted, when you do that, you concede something.
I think when you have both backs on the field at the same time, I think it takes away some of your big play capabilities. Obviously, either taking a talented tight end or a receiver off the field.
Clemson's even 9 runs, 9 passes through the first 18 plays. Here's Klubnik on 2nd and short. He's going to heave one downfield for Antonio Williams, who can't come up with it against Darrell Porter Jr.
Well, Klubnik moving, I think, is going to create some good opportunities for Clemson offensively. Does a nice job of seeing down the field Antonio Williams, who they're thrilled to have back. And Darryl Porter is there certainly early, and I was surprised to not see a flag.
So Clemson now with 3rd and 14. Miami brings 4. Klubnik with time. Brenningstool too high. And the Tiger possession will end after 4 snaps.
And Klubnik's going to want this one back because he gets great pass protection. He's got his big tight end. Number 9, see him coming into his scope of vision. It's just the wrong throw. Ball out in front of him. Not only do you pick up the first down, but it's maybe a play down the field. And Brandon Spector showing some frustration as well.
So the Tigers will punt it away. And Ray Joseph will wait on Aiden Swanson's punt. Flips it end over end. Joseph going to run out from under it, and the Tigers will try and collect. And looked like Mickens was down there to knock it down. And so Miami's going to start from its 10. Let's take a look at our New York Live Drive recap. Well, a fumble at one end and a fumble at the other end.
Well, it didn't take long for it to happen. You're right. The fumble by Shipley in the end zone, and then just one play later, it's the speed to the end zone. Another fumble, but outstanding hustle by Jacoby George, which puts the Hurricanes on top. And what a wild start.
Yep. A.J. Allen has checked into the ball game. You see Dabo Swinney still talking to Marcus Woods' crew here. The run, by the way, by Smith, Miami's longest running play of the year at 80 yards. And here is A.J. Allen. His carry of 2 yards. The Tigers have not allowed a run that long in 14 years.
Well, when you think about Clemson's defense, they've been awesome on the defensive line. They've had really talented backers. They have a ton of speed in the secondary, so breaking off runs like that not typical against them. I would say Brashard Smith is a wide receiver with an in-between the tackles run, and you certainly saw his speed.
Tight end and 3 receivers here for Emory Williams on the 2nd down play. One more give to Allen. He bumped into the tight end himself. That was Elijah Arroyo who collided with A.J. Allen. Now there's a lot of new in there, Tim.
Well, a lot of new, and Matt Lee, I think, snaps this football early, and Emory Williams is fortunate just to hold on to it. On top of that, you've got a tight end coming in motion that was going to create a collision in the backfield with your own guy.
And all of a sudden, 3rd and 9. Williams loads, throws, and incomplete, looking for Jacoby George. Covered over there by Toriano Pride, the sophomore from East St. Louis. And Miami will go 3 and out here.
Yeah, and that's just a missed throw. It's a simple curl route. He gets great protection, and Emory Williams kind of patting his chest as he came off the field. George does a good job. Bit of a stutter, and looked like he wanted to work outside, and ball is missed badly inside, and Emory knows it. I think he's actually fortunate that something worse didn't happen with the end result.
So here is Dylan Joyce for the punt. Step to the right and toward Antonio Williams, and at midfield he will signal for and make the fair catch. Don't forget, coming up after the game, Taylor Tannenbaum in long before we started the night session here of the huddle, and she's doing fine and hopes to be ready to roll this week for ACC basketball tip-off coverage on the network starting on Tuesday with the ladies and the men on Wednesday in uptown Charlotte. So here's Clemson now from the midfield line, trailing 7-0 with Cade Klubnik. And here is Maffa banging away at the left side for 4 to the 46 before Leonard Taylor makes the play for Miami. The Canes are as talented as Clemson. The numbers are different defensively, but Miami's got guys too, Tim. Boy, they got guys. And Taylor, one of them. Quarter in the books, 7-0.
Thank you, Coach.
Yep.
Tigers, second down and 6. The Miami 46 as we start quarter 2. And that's Brenningstool's first catch of the night. Keeps his feet, rounds to the far side, and tried to hurdle James Williams at 6'5".
Brenningstool is a player, Wes. I think they got to get involved a little bit more. You see his athleticism. It's also a great play by Klubnik, making that throw on the shallow cross under pressure.
Here's Garrett Riley trying to tempo the Canes a little bit. Chip Lindsey had some success with this last Saturday in Chapel Hill, and Klubnik going to keep it and sneak for about 5, well, 4 for sure to the 25. But let's take a look at Brenningstool again.
Yeah, there's that first down play. Tyler Davis, in his face. You know, basically, you just get looks like Williams in his face, and then it's Brenningstool at his size. Which you're right. I guess if you're 6'6", hurdling a 6'5" guy is not that big of a deal.
Yeah. A lot of stress in that deal. Second down and 6 after the Klubnik keep. Play clock down to about 5, and here's the snap. Klubnik going to take the shot, and this is Tyler Brown, who can't come back and make the catch. Defended by Takori Couch, the 5th-year senior from Fort Lauderdale, playing in his 55th career game tonight for Miami.
And it's a great example of what they've seen from Takori Couch on a young player, but finishing at the moment of truth. He doesn't come back and locate the football, but he doesn't grab, and it seems like the officials are going to allow a little bit of contact down the field tonight.
See, the Tigers are just one of their first 4 tonight on 3rd down. Stellato's coming to the ball game. Spector is coming to game. They're here to the near side with Ennis, the big tight end. Klubnik play fake. Miami coming with pressure, and Bain drops him. And the ball popped out, and Miami has recovered. Ruben Bain Jr. took down Cade Klubnik, and Basaint recovered it. Miami forces a second turnover here, Tim.
When it's Ruben Bain, you said it, playing with a great motor. Klubnik trying to take off and run, and we just heard Dabo say, got to hold on to the football. He's reminding his young quarterback how important that is.
Stars, and this is one of them. 44, Ruben Bain Jr. is as good as advertised coming out of Miami Central.
Well, he's certainly had some wow to his game, and it's early in his career here at the U.
Canes from the 28. And another look here at the strip by Ruben Bain Jr.
So there's Bain 44 at the top of the screen, and just how about the power? That's something that coaches talked to us a lot about, was just his power for a young player. Said he's added 125 pounds to his bench press. He gets to Klubnik, gets the football out, and what a huge play in the red zone by the young freshman.
Watch out, Brashard Smith in the backfield here with Emory Williams. He's the Miami starter tonight. Injury to Tyler Van Dyke. And there's a bang-bang play on a ball intended for Jacoby George, and Nate Wiggins going to be ticketed here.
Pass interference. Defense, number 2. The ball is placed in the spot of a foul. Automatic first down.
You did say that they were kind of letting them fight a little bit for the football tonight. I guess Wiggins just wanted to see where the line was.
Well, and you just heard Dabo say, hey, let's call it both ways. There's definitely been some early contact. This one, I think, is pretty clear, as Wiggins is running through Jacoby George on the slant and tries to time it up and ends up there a little early.
Yep. You see Smith now headed back into the kind of the running back spot, and now all of a sudden, well, we got a chain issue, which brings the universal football discussion of How in today's age we still have the chains. Nonetheless, first down and 10. Ball at the 36 for Miami. Williams, hot shot. That's Colby Young to catch. He'll fall forward for a Miami first down. R.J. Mickens, the tackle for Clemson on the 10-yard throw.
And that's the best throw of the night by Emory Williams. You can see the talent. Really talented kid coming out of high school. And you see this ball gets on the face mask of Colby Young quickly. And Emory Williams definitely has the ability to spin it. And that one came out of his hands exactly the way he wanted it to.
Came out of Milton, Florida. Rated one of the top pocket passers a year ago in the prep ranks. Better than 2,000 yards and 21 touchdowns as a senior. Here he is again, and that banged right around and out of the hands of 25-year-old Cam McCormick from Bend, Oregon, who is in his 8th year of college football. Originally started as a true freshman in Oregon in 2016. Were you playing in 16?
Beautiful world. A lot of people go to college for 8 years, Wes.
Thank you, Senator Blutarski. Second down and 10. After the drop by McCormick, that's Restrepo, who's been, by his standards, relatively quiet in this first half. Only one catch for the ACC's leader. Here's Allen on a nice pass from Williams and a well-done tackle from R.J. Mickens to get A.J. Allen, the Nebraska transfer from Monroe, Louisiana, down behind the line.
It's kind of a misdirection screen by Miami. And R.J. Mickens does a great job of avoiding the block and getting the ball carrier down. And, you know, it's interesting about Restrepo. Here we are on third down. He's not on the field right now, Wes. And you just got to think the change at quarterback and the connection between quarterback and Restrepo has been so good with Van Dyke when he's under center, but obviously different so far with Emory Williams.
Miami's missed their 2 third-down chances so far. This ball got batted in the air. And was that Trotter? Sure was. Jeremiah Trotter with his 3rd pass breakup of the season.
Just a bit of a stunt up front, and Trotter does a good job as he realizes he's not going to get to the quarterback. Left hand comes off the football, gets his hands up, and you know, Trotter, who's got great quickness, great instincts, physical player, done a great job man in the middle for Clemson's defense.
So 4th down and 11, and here is the punt from Joyce. And that skips around now, starting to take a roll, and it will be touched up. So Clemson will start deep in its own territory, and we'll hear more on Ruben Bain next. 39, he's gotten to Cade Klubnik to force a fumble. Tigers backed up to their 10. Worst starting spot tonight for Clemson. Here's Klubnik, slips it to Brenningstool, and around the corner goes the big tight end. But Taylor, looks like he had a nice visit with Ruben and Reggie.
Too. And you guys, everybody has a Ruben Bain story coming in as a 5-star heralded recruit. Ask Cam Kinchins about him, and he said the first day of fall camp, everyone was exhausted, tired, jogging off the field. Then he heard something in the back corner at Green Tree, and it was Ruben Bain out there by himself hitting dummies after practice. He says he knows him from around Miami. He's always known he was a dog. He's going to be a dog here at Miami, and I say that was pretty much a dog play there, forcing that fumble on that last drive.
Absolutely. Put another name on the list. Straight ahead, here is Shipley. Best run of the night. Will keeps his feet out to the 35-yard line of the Tigers. So Clemson has picked up right at about 25 in 2 snaps here, Tim. Kinchins and Corey Flagg to stop on a 17-yard run.
Yeah, a couple of times here they've had good misdirection in the backfield, and that's a good finish to the run. And then Shipley did a nice job securing that football. Those guys were coming in from behind him. And got up a little lame and took himself off the field.
Maffa back in the ball game. Klubnik will hand to Big 7 in the white. And he kind of juggled it a little bit, but it's already been spotted for 2nd down. Boy, Clemson has fumbled the ball twice tonight. That gives them 10 on the season. 10, they only had 12 all of last year.
Yeah, and that's why you can see and hear the frustration from Dabo Swinney in terms of, hey, hold on to the football, and we got a chance offensively.
2nd down and 8 for Klubnik. Back up in the pocket and caught. Antonio Williams into Miami territory. Covers it up tightly as he falls forward toward the 31. Corey Couch made the tackle of Williams.
Good job of Klubnik. Good pocket presence here. He's climbing in the pocket, feels that pressure, is able to throw the football to Williams, on the climb. It's really well done.
So Klubnik trying to find a little rhythm here. Now in trouble. Bain gives chase. Klubnik going to fire it, but did he get far enough back out of the tackle box here, Tim?
I don't believe he does, Wes. I think they're trying to work a screen, and by working a screen, Klubnik's still in the pocket, but instead of throwing it at the feet of the back.
Foul on the play. The quarterback got outside the pocket and the ball beyond the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I don't think there's any shot that he's outside of the pocket here. I think Clemson gets away with one.
Ruben Bain again was all over him. So now Shipley has come back. He and Maffa both with Klubnik here for what is 2nd and the full 10. Shipley can't go anywhere. Leonard Taylor, 2nd time he's made a play behind the line.
Yeah, and right now, in terms of the run game, Miami's winning up front. That's Leonard Taylor just slipping off of a couple blocks, playing on the other side of the line of scrimmage.
Garrett Riley takes Shipley off the field here for 3rd and pretty much 12. Klubnik's just 9 of 16 for 118 yards. That's Brown in motion. Here's Klubnik, flushed again, gonna sail it for the end zone. Brenningstool. Oh, did he catch it? He did. Touchdown Clemson on a terrific catch by Jake Brenningstool.
Brenningstool just using his size, Wes. At 6'6", he's running down the seam. There's good pass protection by Clemson, and Klubnik, I think, starts on Brenningstool, comes off of him, works his way back to him, and then delivers a strike. And a great job on the contested catch with KJ Cloyd right there to make the play, but Brenningstool using every bit of that 6'6" frame.
32-yard throw. And the point after by Whites is good. Tied at 7. Klubnik looked like the wall was going to fall in around him. And he steps up here and throws a seed to Brenningstool. How about this catch? My goodness. Great coverage, as you said, by the linebacker. But we're now tied at 7 in South Florida. Because now he's got 3 for 57 on 4 targets and the 32-yard score. And here's Brashard Smith now on the kick return. Holding your breath if you're a Miami fan, because around the corner he goes. Out near the Tiger 40-yard line, a flag thrown in as Smith creased the Clemson bench. So hang on here just a second, ahead of 8 minutes to play in this first half. And let's see what Marcus Woods and his crew have. Play was all the way across the field right in front of the Clemson bench. And the marker came out as the play moved into the bench area.
Good return. Holding, receiving team. After the play, personal foul, late hit out of bounds, kicking team, number 23. Both fouls been enforced, first down.
Let's go back to the score a moment ago with Klubnik and Brenningstool.
It's a great job by Klubnik. He's got a go route over here. He's also got an over route. And what Klubnik's going to do is he's going to start with his eyes over here. And by doing that, it moves the safety and it gets Brenningstool down the seam. So watch how Cam Kitchens comes out of the middle of the field, and as Klubnik climbs in the pocket, that's why he can throw him down the field, and Brenningstool can use that size on a much smaller linebacker trying to run with him.
High risk, high reward throw, right?
I mean, it certainly was. It's a good job of pass protection, good job of using your eyes to move the defense by Klubnik.
Canes off the 34 with the freshman Emory Williams in tonight for Tyler Van Dyke. Here's Williams. He wants to take a shot. Nope, drops it down for Smith. And Wade Woodaz will get him on the ground after, well, actually it's going to be a loss of 1. I thought he was going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Here's what's happening with Miami right now. They're throwing a lot of these perimeter screens. Now they're trying to throw, kind of fake the perimeter screen, try to get something down the field, and then hits the outlet. And I think that you're probably going to need to do some other things to, have it not be all or nothing for Emory Williams in the pocket. 2nd down and 11.
Loss of 1 on the Woodaz play. See, that's Chaney out of the backfield. Another quick throw, and George cannot break away because that's Agent Zero. That's Barrett Carter, who I think also punished an offensive lineman along the way to making the play.
Yeah, and this is what I'm talking about. Been so many of these just at the line of scrimmage screens. The guys they're not worried about people running past them. They want to play downhill, which is exactly what Barrett Carter does here. There are going to be some times where you just are going to have to throw the football down the field just to prove to Clemson that you're willing to do it with your true freshman quarterback.
Carter's Matt Lee trying to help out could do nothing there.
And let me say this, 3rd and 15 is probably not the time to do it. Early downs is when you would want to do it.
Here is 3rd down. Williams looks, and this is Chaney, middle of the field, and Jeremiah Trotter with a shoe top tackle. And Miami will go quietly on 3 snaps.
And let me say this, Wes, like, you get a couple boos coming in here, and it's like, man, that's a conservative call. Look, 3rd and 15 is not, when you're backed up, is not the time in a tie football game with a very good defense where you say, okay, hey, now we're going to see if the young guy can do it. But I do think that Shannon Dawson is going to have to, on early downs, give Emory Williams an opportunity to push the ball down the field.
Dylan Joyce to punt it away to Antonio Williams here. And it's a wobbly kick to Williams right, and it hit a Miami player at the 30-yard line. And that's where Clemson will take over in a tie ball game. Don't forget the ACC's Committee for Racial and Social Justice, in conjunction with its member institutions, have identified this week as ACC Unity Week. Well, this is the 14th meeting all time between Clemson and Miami. They started this series early November 1945. 2 future College Hall of Fame coaches. Jack Harding took the Canes to a 9-1-1 season that year. They beat Holy Cross in the Orange Bowl. Frank Howard was in his 6th year. Clemson went 6-3-1, but lost 7-6 in the first meeting ever between these 2 schools. Here's Klubnik trying to get the quarterback draw cranked up. Jared Harrison Hunt playing inside technique makes the play.
And it's just been a good job so far by this Miami defensive line. Harrison Hunt there. We've said Leonard Taylor's name. Chance Williams made a play. And obviously Ruben Bain has announced his arrival.
Yep. Terrific first half for Bain. Miami's moved Jafari Harvey in at one of the defensive end spots. Here's a sling pass out to Williams. Antonio Williams first down and more. Boy, Dabo Swinney talked to us during the week, gang, about having Antonio Williams and Nate Wiggins back. And he thought Williams was close 2 weeks ago. The bye week solidified his return.
And Wes, looks like Williams, after that play, is
shaken up again, huh?
Shaken up and hobbling off the field.
Yep.
So there definitely was some excitement in their voice having him back, wasn't there?
No question. Stellato here to the boundary for the Tigers. You see Klubnik and Shipley, the battery, in the backfield on first down. Under pressure again. Klubnik eludes the rush, and there's nobody there this time. Mario Cristobal is hoping here for intentional grounding. It was Cloyd, the linebacker, who was bearing down on Klubnik.
Intentional grounding, offense, number 2. Ball requested a spot on foul. Lost it down. 2nd down.
Ball snapped on the left hash. So if this ball is thrown around the left hash, which it is, that pocket extends all the way out of the back of the end zone. He's in the pocket. There is not a receiver anywhere in sight. The officials get that one right.
So now second and a long way for Clemson. Second and a couple dozen. Shipley looking for running room, and quite frankly, nothing there. Miami sews that up nicely. Leonard Taylor, another play right around the line of scrimmage. You know, Noah's been good tonight, but Leonard Taylor's been special. He and Bain have been the two stars up front for Miami.
Wes, for a defensive tackle, we've called Taylor's name quite a bit.
Yep. Under 4 to go, and it's third and a while for Clemson. Miami rushes 4. Klubnik loads, throws, and broken up, and there's a flag on the play with Devontae Brown in coverage against Adam Randall.
Pass interference. Defense. 15-yard penalty. Automatic. First down.
So the Tigers are going to convert one on the penalty here.
Pass interference foul was on number 7.
And the UCF transfer, Brown.
Brown's in great position. I think that grab that especially gets up to the face mask of Randall is the problem. And I think that, you know, so many times defensive backs, they get to that kind of moment of truth when the ball arrives and they panic. Brown's got great position, and on 3rd and forever, this feels like one that you have to have the discipline.
Here's Klubnik on the keep on first down, trying to string this out, and he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage at midfield. Let's see. Nope, it'll actually be a yard back to the 49. I believe, pushed out of bounds by James Williams. That's 5 penalties, by the way, on Miami tonight. 50 yards in this first half.
I feel like Miami defensively has done a nice job on some of these quarterback runs with Klubnik. It was something they had concern about because of Klubnik's speed and just ability as a runner, but on the design runs, Miami's been up to the task.
2-by-2 look here. Quick throw for Brenningstool. Broken up by Couch. Corey Couch has been strong at the back end tonight in this first half for Cristobal's team.
Well, and we were told, we talked to the Miami coaches a few weeks back, that Corey Couch, who's played a lot of football as a 5th-year player, has just been finishing more plays. He has the confidence to finish. We're talking about with Brown, not trusting his technique, but Couch does a great job there, is able to get the football out. Force this 3rd and long, and now you let guys like Ruben Bain rush the passer.
Jared Harrison Hunt to one side, Ruben Bain to the top of that defensive front for Miami. An early movement on Clemson.
False start. Offense number 75. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
That is Trent Howard, the 300-pound junior from Birmingham, who did not play in the Wake Forest game, but is in there tonight in a reserve role. So now 3rd and 16 for Klubnik. Canes bring 4. Klubnik eludes Bain. Wants to throw, sails it for Stellato. It's intercepted. Was it inbounds? It is. Cam Kitchen's 8th career interception and his 2nd of the season. Third turnover for Clemson in the first half. Tie game, Miami the ball next. 7-7. Miami with a chance maybe to double dip here, Tim. Last possession of the half, they'll get the ball to start the second half, and Restrepo's second catch of the night will get him 3 yards. Nate Wiggins, the tackle. So there is our crowd getting ready for halftime. Good look at Eric McLean, E.J. Manuel, Taylor Tannenbaum. Will have to corral Eddie Royal and Coach Rick. They'll bring you all the information coming up the half. Man, Tannenbaum earning her keep tonight, Tim.
I mean, Tyler Van Dyke's, out tonight, playing through injury. We lose Kelsey.
Yeah, lose Kelsey.
A little voice injury, not injury, but not having a voice. And, so we need people to step up.
There you go. That's it. That's right. Back home. Home game for Taylor. Back here in South Florida. Technically a home game for E.J. Manuel, too.
Yeah, it just doesn't. You can't identify E.J. with the U, can you? Can you do that?
No, he just lives down there.
I know. It just it sounds funny, doesn't it?
There's Tyler Van Dyke, who is not able to go tonight. Lower body injury, we think. Miami does not discuss injuries. Canes will scrimmage here, second down. And 8 to go for Emory Williams, the freshman from Milton, Florida. And this is A.J. Allen. And he will get the first down to the 36. Clock continues to move on the 9-yard run. Allen, by the way, had 2 touchdowns and almost 200 yards rushing in Lincoln last year for the Cornhuskers, and then has had 5 carries in the last 2 ball games here in his first season in Miami, originally from Monroe, Louisiana.
In West, this is where I feel like you need to try to push the ball down the field just to prove that you will do it. And early down, first or second down, take some type of shot.
And they're going to hand to Allen. He'll break away from the first would-be tackler and skip to the 42. Makuba. The nickel makes the stop for Miami. And a timeout taken by Clemson. And at the half, they're going to add 3 more legends to the ring of honor here for the University of Miami. And if you don't know who that is, you're just not knowing what football is. That's Jimmy Johnson. And he will go in with Chuck Foreman, the great, people may remember, Minnesota Viking star from the 70s, right? And Dennis Erickson is also here. Miami announcing officially yesterday they'll be added to the Ring of Honor tonight at halftime. And congratulations to Jimmy and to the others as well.
And obviously some players coming to support. It's Vinny Testaverde standing behind Jimmy Johnson there.
So 2nd and 4 with under 2 to go. Clemson's got 1 timeout left. Miami has 2. And Allen trying to crease, cannot. Mickens pulls him down after about 1.5 yards. There's Coach Dennis Erickson, of course. Another guy that won national titles here at Miami.
Obviously, Miami's current head coach, Mario Cristobal, played for Dennis Erickson. And obviously a track of coaches that have come through this program that have had tremendous success.
I mean, you look at the names already up here, right? First of all, I couldn't believe that Jimmy Johnson wasn't already in the Ring of Honor. Dennis Erickson, for that matter, or Chuck Foreman. It is a who's who here at the University of Miami. 3rd down and 2, and did Mario Cristobal get the timeout called? He did. How about this? How'd you do? Just look at the names, the success here, and it's why the place is what the place is. And I think it's one of the reasons that Mario Cristobal's here. I think it's one of the reasons that the attachment to this program is as strong as it is from its former players.
Certainly a sense of pride, Wes. There's no question about that, about what was accomplished during that span.
So Miami's got 1 timeout left, as does Clemson. This is 3rd down and 2. And the throw, Restrepo, sure. Out of bounds right at midfield, and a fresh set of downs for Miami here.
And it's a great job of Restrepo, just having good feel, quick out, got off coverage, and he's the guy you want to get the football to. And I think it will look different tonight, a more conservative approach with a true freshman quarterback playing. But Restrepo, who comes into the football game tonight with 47 catches, he's just so good, so QB friendly. He's got such a great feel for the game, and I think third downs are exactly, kind of where he can make his money.
Miami has yet to scrimmage in plus territory. Here's Williams going to play fake. Pressure coming. Parker couldn't get there. That got batted down at the line of scrimmage. I think Woods, 11, might have gotten a hand on it. The young freshman from Alabaster, Alabama, on Emory Williams.
And that's what I'm talking about. First down shot, first down play, and I think they've got Isaiah Horton coming free, wide open on an in-cut, and Williams trying to get the football there. Ball just gets batted down, and Trotter once again, and if Trotter doesn't get his hands on it, then Isaiah Horton got a chance for a big play.
Yep. So second down and 10. Off the Miami 49. Williams to throw now. Deep in the pocket, wants to sail it deep, and that ball's going to be picked. Sheridan Jones, deep in Clemson territory, comes up with his first interception of the year. So they took the deep shot, and with 48 seconds left, Miami commits their first turnover of the night.
Yeah, and this is a weird one. I think Jacoby George kind of sells his quarterback out here. He goes inside, you got to keep your angle. The ball's already thrown. Instead of crossing the face of the defender, he then takes on a higher angle, and good pass protection. Look, you stay on that angle. I think Emory Williams wondering what's going on. You stay on that angle, at least at a minimum, Wes, you've got a chance for a contested catch.
Yep. So Clemson, Tim, with one timeout, will go from its 10 with just 48 seconds left. Now, if you're the Tigers, you can't be too frisky down here, can you?
No, I think especially with what's happened in terms of not protecting the football, I think you need to be careful. Maybe you reset at halftime.
Miami brings 4. Klubnik, and he'll be sacked. And is that a safety? No, it's a measurement just outside the goal line. Maui Noah looked like he got Klubnik behind the goal line.
But if you're Miami, I think I'm taking a timeout here to stop the clock. But the entire ball has got to be out of the end zone. So any portion of that ball crossing the goal line, it's a safety.
This is going to be a safety.
The ruling that the runner was outside of the goal line is under further review.
Here's the other thing. Miami needs to use their timeout. Now obviously to review things are stopped, but they need to use their timeout to force Clemson, if it is not a safety,
right,
to run another play.
That's it.
So at 35 seconds, Miami needed to take that timeout. Now let's look at the play here. That's why I'm saying you can't be too aggressive. Klubnik's got to know you can't do this. You can't hold the football. Now as he tries to escape outside the pocket here, like that's not forward progress. That's Clemson, the Clemson player, Klubnik in this case, trying to escape. And as he carries that football to his left shoulder, I'm not sure that we've got a look that's definitive that it's in the end zone, but it sure looks like it to me. It was ruled not a safety on the field. Based on these looks, I do think it's going to be hard to overturn it, but I believe that's a safety, Wes.
Yep. You see the ball dive behind the end zone. Watch where the first knee hits.
But we are going to, like progress is going to be part of it. It's that initial contact here, right?
Right.
But to me, that carriage of the football as he's, bringing it to his left shoulder, right there, I don't believe that entire football is in the field of play, not in the end zone.
Right.
And listen, as we're looking at Garrett Riley, they've talked about this. Klubnik making his 8th start. Wes, you said it. Like, antennas are up. How aggressive are you going to be in this situation? Like, at a minimum, the conversation has to be had with Klubnik of, look, here's the deal, we're backed up. You threw a backed up interception last week. Let's be smart with the football. If it's not there, let's climb in the pocket, get positive yards. You can't escape outside the pocket and end up taking a safety.
And Mario Cristobal. Here's Marcus Woods. His review is over.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands.
Okay.
See, I just don't think there's enough of an angle that will give us conclusive proof that the ball was not in there. But now if you're Miami, you better take that timeout, force Clemson to take a snap from the half-yard line.
And now all of a sudden we've got some debris being thrown onto the field here at the Hard Rock.
And the officials need to get the Clemson players out of that end zone area if the stuff is coming into the field.
And they're going to stop. Now Miami's going to take a timeout.
Timeout, Miami. Their third and final of the half. 30-second timeout.
So Mario Cristobal uses his third timeout. In a 7-7 game, and the Hurricane fans upset that was not overturned for a 2-point safety.
You know, surprised it was not ruled a safety when it happened because of where it happened, how far in the end zone Klubnik was when he went down. Now, look, it's got to be indisputable evidence to overturn it, and I don't know that we had that. But listen, you're not out of the woods if you're Clemson in this situation. You're a team that lives in the shotgun, and so now the quarterback's going to be taking this snap with his heels halfway in the end zone. And so, you know, certainly still danger zone in terms of giving up that safety.
And the Canes have put a lot of fellas up on the line here, Tim. Klubnik hands, and Shipley just lowers his shoulder. And I think Clemson's going to be content just to let the clock wind down here. Miami's out of timeouts, can't stop it, so we're going to get to the half. Canes and Tigers are going to be tied at 7. Well, we've had a whole night's worth in 30 minutes of play, haven't we? My goodness. 3 turnovers for the Tigers. They have a touchdown on the pass from Klubnik to Brenningstool, and Miami's got a long run and a fumble that was recovered in the end zone. 7-7, like they'd given up a 2-point safety late in the first half. And Clemson, who had 3 second-half turnovers in their loss at Duke to start the year, had 3 first-half turnovers here tonight. But it is a 7-7 game as we go to the third quarter, and Miami from its 25, and at the half, Dennis Erickson, the great Chuck Foreman, and Jimmy Johnson are inducted into the Ring of Honor by the University of Miami. And what a nice moment. Athletics Director Dan Radakovich on hand. And boy, Jimmy, those are college football luminaries. Those are like real people, heroes, right?
Good reaction from the crowd for each of them. Obviously, knew what was going on here tonight and did a good job supporting their former coaches.
Ball at the 25, first down. And Brashard Smith, who's got the 80-yard run that set up Miami's touchdown. And here's why, because Smith fumbled it. It was knocked out of there by Wiggins, and then Jacoby George recovered it in the end zone. And you see Smith comes out. By the way, that was the longest run by Kane since DJ Dallas against Duke in 2018 when he went 83 yards. A much more mortal 2 on the first carry of the second half. A.J. Allen in the backfield. And here is Allen trying to get to the perimeter, and Maskell won't have it. Justin Maskell, who Dabo Swinney pointed out early in our visit this week, Tim, is a guy who sees the finality out there, and he's making the most of his final campaign with the Tigers.
Yeah, he said he's had a great year. It's a good job of just setting the edge, and really wins against Cam McCormick, and by doing that forces a 3rd and 10. And these are areas that I think have been a bit of a struggle for Miami tonight because they're trying to protect their young quarterback, and so on 3rd and 10 see them doing something conservative.
So here's 3rd and the full 10. Tigers coming. Williams shoots it out there. It is caught. And Nate Wiggins is right there on the hit of Jacoby George. But will it be enough for a first down? I don't know.
I don't believe it is, Wes. And that ball was left just inside, and thought there was going to be a chance for Wiggins to make a play on the football. I think a more accurate throw and receiver fall forward, you pick up the first down. Because he kind of stops him with the throw, just shy of making it.
And Hamp Green is going to return the punt here for Clemson. We saw Antonio Williams leave the game late in that first half, Tim, for the Tigers. And here's Dylan Joyce, and boy, this is a low, wobbly end-over-end kick. And it will hit and stop right around the Tiger 18-yard line. Well, we've got history tonight in Chapel Hill. Virginia has posted its first top 10 road win. The Cavaliers beat Carolina 31-27 tonight in Chapel Hill. It's the first team to enter a game 1-5 or worse and beat an AP top 10 team on the road since 1961.
That is a shocking score. It's also shocking. Carolina's defense was coming on, and to give up 31 to a 1-5 football team is a big surprise.
Clemson off its 19. Klubnik hands to Shipley to start the 3rd quarter for the Tiger offense, and oh my goodness, it looks like Corey Flagg, the linebacker, got a little rolled up, I believe, by Will Putnam, the center. Oh, that's Basaint, beg your pardon, 31. I thought for a moment it was 11. And it looks like Wesley Basaint will stay in the game, but that was scary for a second as that play was kind of whistled. 2nd down. Klubnik to throw here. Across the middle, the catch is made. Tyler Brown took a big lick, but it is a first down at the 32. Kitchens again for Miami out of the secondary.
And Tyler Brown continues to impress again, playing inside. This is a good job of just coming inside, knowing you're going to get hit. Good accurate throw by Klubnik protects Brown, but Brown is a guy with great feel and obviously had some good slot receivers here in the past, and Brown looks like he may be the next.
2-by-2 look here for the Tigers on first down. Klubnik going to try again for Collins, and they connect this time. Into Miami territory at the 40 is Bo Collins. Jaden Davis again defending. They've tried that play 2-3 times in the first half. They finally connect here for 28 yards.
That's exactly right, Wes. They have tried it, not been able to connect, but that's Bo Collins. We talked about him before, 50-50 balls. Throw them up, contested catches, and that's good, strong hands away from your body by Bo Collins.
Clemson moving the ball on this first possession of the second half. Miami bringing 4. Flushed, he'll throw back to the middle of the field. The catch is made. Stellato, his first catch of the night. Down to the Miami 23. His 11th catch in the last 3.5 ball games for the sophomore from Fort Lauderdale.
And Klubnik has made some, questionable decisions tonight, but it's plays like that I think have given Dabo and Garrett Riley so much confidence. Moving to his left, being able to get situated to get that ball to Stellato.
Over 200 yards now on 14 of 23, 219, and a touchdown to Brenningstool. Here's Klubnik. Another throw for Collins, and looked like Davis had locked up with him again. Leonard Taylor was bearing down on Cade Klubnik there.
Yeah, you go back to the previous play. This is the kind of stuff I'm talking about in terms of why there's so much optimism. That's really good. Moving to your left with pressure in your face. Being able to shoot the ball as kind of as firmly as he did to Stellato. There's so much talent there with Klubnik. I think it's the experience and learning from some of the mistakes that are going to only help him throughout his college career.
So 2nd and 10 after the incomplete pass there. And here is Shipley trying to find a crease. You see Putnam, the center, trying to help him out as he reaches the 20. It's still going to end up being about 3rd down and 7. Or along 6. Maui Noah and Cloyd, the 2 linebackers.
You know, Dabo said something earlier about your best players need to play well in games like these. And but the 2 guys that I would be thinking about if I'm Clemson in terms of trying to get the football to would be Brenningstool or Tyler Brown.
Brenningstool's kind of lined up as a H-back to the left here. Klubnik with pressure, stripped, and the ball's loose. It's picked up by Shipley. He made a guy miss at the 25, and he will get back to the 23. It was Corey Couch making yet another play for Miami defensively.
Yeah, it's Corey Couch, who has made a couple really nice plays on footballs thrown down the field. He comes on a blitz. He's going to come from the left side of the screen. He's just going to end up getting home and then does a good job of reaching for the football as Klubnik is separating his hands. And Clemson really fortunate that Shipley was there to recover it.
41-yard try for Whites would be his longest since his recall from Charleston. Kick away, and it is good, and the Tigers lead for the first time tonight. Jonathan Whites. Old now since the week of the Florida State game, and you know.
You think he would have been bleaching his hair if he had taken that job already?
No, he'd have that apartment to pay for in New York. But instead, Whites has given the Tigers the lead on his 4th field goal in 7 tries. It's a terrific story. One of the Sweeney boys told Dabo the Sunday after the Florida Atlantic game, well, you know, Jonathan Whites is just down in Charleston. And sure enough,
kick out of bounds. Kicking team, number 38.
Jonathan Whites runs out to pick up the tee.
First down.
As Clemson kicked it out of bounds, so Miami will start from its 35. Don't forget, we told you earlier, the ACC tip-off comes up Tuesday and Wednesday from uptown Charlotte. The ladies start the day at 8 a.m. Our coverage on ACC Network. And then Wednesday, the men start, same time. Interviews with all 30 head coaches and players from each team. 2 full days of hoop to get you ready for early November right here on ACC Network, and always available, of course, on the ESPN app. Miami from its 35, and Emory Williams drawing the start tonight with Tyler Van Dyke's injury. And he hands to Chaney, who rips the corner, and a first down. There's a flag down at the 35.
Holding. Offense, number 84. 10-yard penalty, first down.
That is on Cam McCormick, the tight end we spoke of earlier. 25 years of age. In his 8th year of football, technically.
Right side of your screen, and he's on TJ Parker, and basically a takedown there that the officials see.
So the ball will be moved back to the 25 for 1st and 20. And Williams, quick shot for Smith, and Clemson misses a couple tackles there. Smith fights to the 36-yard line, so it'll be 2nd down and 9 after the tackle from Sheridan Jones, who had the first half interception of Emory Williams.
Miami's done a nice job, whether they've handed it to Smith, whether they've thrown that inside tunnel screen to him. He's one of their better, more dangerous players with the ball in his hands, and it's a good job of getting the penalty yardage back.
Shannon Dawson, the first-year offensive coordinator of the Canes, who's kind of keeping it pretty simplistic tonight for Williams, it feels like. In motion, that's Riley Williams, another tight end prospect. Restrepo the catch, and what a play this is by Jones. Tim, this is terrific work from Sheridan Jones.
It is, and I just feel like the secondary players are playing downhill on guys like Restrepo. I mean, we're seeing all these perimeter screens, and I think that listen, while they've worked, we saw it work on first down. Coming back to them too often, protecting your young quarterback, now has left you in 3rd and 12. And listen, the fans may not like it, but look, I believe if you're Miami, being conservative here is still the right decision.
3rd down now for the Canes. Williams back across the middle. That is caught, but shy of the first down, I believe, is going to be Colby Young. Tim, what do you think here?
I think you punt this football away. The way your defense has been playing, you've been turning the football over. This is not a situation down 3 with a lot of football left. You're playing with your backup quarterback. Listen, hard count, fine. I'd be surprised if they go for it here.
4th and 4 or less. Our friends at ESPN Analytics say go. Even in negative line territory at the Miami 44. And sure enough, the Canes getting a gun here. Chaney the back with Williams. And now Williams punches the timeout. And so Mario Cristobal, Shannon Dawson talk it over with their young quarterback. We step aside. King, and here is a 4th down for Mario Cristobal out of a timeout. Looked like they were going to line up and go for it. They call the timeout, and Tim, they're going for it here.
Yeah, and this is a surprise to me because of where you would turn this football over, and your offense, has a hard time moving the football.
Snap to Williams, hands to Chaney. Bounces to the right, gets the first down, and a lot more. Good hard run by Miami's number 2 before Clemson's number 2. Nate Wiggins makes the tackle.
Yeah, it's a great job. Chaney running the football. They get a good push. The risk reward wasn't there for me, but it pays off for the Hurricanes, and now operating in plus territory.
Yep. 11-yard run. Miami's first offensive snap in plus territory tonight. You see Williams, the tight end, in motion. 2 tights to the left. Play fake. Emory Williams sets. Shoots it downfield and batted up in the air by Makuba, or Wiggins rather. Nate Wiggins. A terrific play. Remember, he'd been out of the Clemson lineup the last couple of games.
Offense, number 61. 10-yard penalty, first down.
And Francis Mauinoa, the true freshman, guilty of the hold here.
And Mauinoa has been a really good player. See at the top of the screen, just gets the hook on TJ Parker, and again, TJ Parker influencing this football game. And Mauinoa has been a really good player. He's a big man at 6'6", 315. He's kind of been as advertised for Miami, true freshman who's come in and played well at right tackle.
Well, TJ Parker's been a problem too. Here is after the penalty, the first down play, and A.J. Allen bangs and drifts toward midfield. That's a heck of a run. A lot of contact, but Miami doing a good job trying to fight for second level on the ground.
They are, and now they're back to running offensive plays from their own side of the 50 after that penalty. And I think when you get off schedule with how they're trying to play offense tonight with a freshman quarterback, just the struggle is real because there just feels like a limit to their passing game.
Second down play. Allen again trying to turn the corner. That's Trotter making the hit. 20 tackles, sack and a half, 3 behind the line the last 3 games for Jeremiah Trotter Jr.
And now I think this is interesting, right? 3rd and 10, normally think, hey, it's definitely a passing down. But I do believe you end up with a 4th and 5 or less, and you're kind of in no man's land on the 40-yard line. Maybe you're going for it. So this call from Shannon Dawson can be something where you're not trying to get the full 10. You're fine if you pick up 5 because it may be 4 down territory based on how you handled the last 4th down.
Yep. Snap to Williams. Tigers bringing the pressure. Quick throw here, Restrepo, and he tried to stretch for the first down, but it'll be a couple of yards short.
But Restrepo gets them into that decision area. And it looks like the offense is staying on the field, and feels like Shannon Dawson, based on that call, understood what the plan might be on 4th down.
So it was an 8-yard throw to Restrepo. And 4th and 6 or less is a go. And that's where Miami is. Remember, they converted 4th and a couple earlier in this possession.
And the guy, once again, for me, would be Restrepo that I'm trying to get the football to.
There's Restrepo in motion. Here's Williams in trouble, dumps it. This is Riley Williams, the tight end, with the catch, and he is knocked down shy of the 1st down. Andrew Makuba makes the play for Dabo's defense.
They run a boot, and Williams does a good job of retreating to get the football out, but Andrew Makuba looks like he is shot out of a cannon, coming out of the middle of the field to making the play short of the yard to gain, and Clemson's able to get off the field.
You ready for the road? Goodyear, more driven. Well, we really get the up top look tonight at the Hard Rock. Clemson takes over after Miami cashed out on downs. Tigers from their own 36 with a 3-point lead. Clemson's won 4 straight and 5 of the last 6 with Miami. Klubnik to throw. Brenningstool wide open, and watch the tight end run. To the 20, inside the Miami 15 goes Jake Brenningstool.
That was great timing by Klubnik. He actually just kind of surprises Brenningstool with the football a little bit because he sees how wide open he comes. Look at this, this guy's eyes originally to his left, and then as soon as Brenningstool's head turns around, the ball's right on him.
50-yard throw. The tight ends had a huge night, and did we get a motion penalty here on Clemson? Bo Collins maybe on the perimeter.
Offense, number 9.
Oh, it's on Brenningstool.
Here's Brenningstool. Basically, you're going to run here, and then he's coming underneath, and then the middle just opens big time, and then right away, ball. As soon as that head turns around, ball is right on him, and then you said it, Wes. Look at the big fella run, kind of eating up ground with those big strides.
Just go back and think of the tight ends they've had in the decade, right? At Clemson. Career high 107 yards on 4 catches for Brenningstool. How about some more for it? In the side of the end zone, out of bounds. This was almost a terrific catch with James Williams at 6'5". The 2 big fellows locking up again.
Yeah, they basically are faking a wide receiver screen, then they're shooting Brenningstool up the seam, and again, some early contact, but I think that's a catch, Wes. I mean, I see a foot down originally, but the knee is definitely down.
And
ruling on the field is an incomplete pass. The previous play is under further review.
And they're going to see what you've seen here.
Well, you know, it's the far corner from where we are. So when I saw it live, I thought they ruled it incomplete because the ball hit the ground, but he secures that catch. And I originally think maybe the ball's originally moving there, but now that left knee hits the ground before those feet hit out of ground, out of bounds.
And everybody here in the stadium also gets a video replay review.
He's got the football. That knee hits the ground before anything touches out of bounds. That's a touchdown, and the huddle of Clemson players that are on the field looking up at the video board feel the same way.
Well, what a night for Brenningstool at this stance, Tim.
And just see the ball as, you know, he goes to the ground. I mean, he secures that football the entire time. And see, he hits the ground, but he's holding on to that football all the way through. I don't think it is hitting the ground and moving, or really moving at all after that.
I'll tell you what, we have had some high wire, big decision, yes, no plays. Not just in this game, but all through this Saturday of ACC football. And this is just the latest.
Just see this here. I don't think when his hands originally get on it that he catches it, but I think he's got it now. Now that he has it, left knee down before feet are out of bounds, and then he secures that. That's a touchdown.
Marcus Woods with a long look here. And remember, not only do we have the replay folks here on site, but we also have the ACC Command Center in
After
Charlotte.
further review, the ruling on field is a touchdown.
Jake Brenningstool is having a night. 5 catches now in the ball game, and his second touchdown.
You know, a lot of times you're trying to get a 6'6" tight end to jump on a smaller defensive back. You said it, Wes. On 6'5" James Williams, he's still able to go up and come down with the football.
So Klubnik throws to his tight end for a second time tonight. And Clemson, with the Whites' extra point, pushes the advantage now to 10 points at 17-7.
We've talked a lot about Clemson's inability offensively to get big plays, explosive plays, stuff of over 20 yards. But Brenningstool, you know, I think a lot of times we talk about the receivers being the issue for that, but Brenningstool at the tight end position, detached from the formation, playing like a wide receiver.
So the 19-yard throw from Cade Klubnik out of Austin, Texas, to Jake Brenningstool. Brentwood, Tennessee, puts Clemson up 10. Robert Gunn will kick it away, and Brashard Smith is deep for Miami. End over end kick. There'll be no return by the Canes. They'll scrimmage from their 25. Let's check with Taylor.
Guys, I have loved watching Emory Williams over here on the sideline. I know he is a true freshman making his first career start, but he's been so engaged. He's actively asking questions, talking to his wide receivers, clapping his hands, hyping up the crowd when the defense is out there on the field. And just now, before he grabbed his helmet, took a final swig of water before going back out there for this drive. He said out loud to the group, "We got this, we got this. Keep going." So he's certainly taking command of this O.
Well, and again, a little bit like last Saturday night, we saw Henry Beelan do a little of that, Tim. We're watching Emory Williams kind of grow up in his first collegiate start tonight.
And I think there'll be a time here where they maybe have to kind of cut him loose as we get further along into this game, especially with it now being a 2-score game.
The longest pass of the night's been 12 yards for Williams. The longest run was 80. Here's Don Chaney for 5 on first down. And much like we saw with Riley Leonard and Henry Beelan last Saturday night in our coverage of Duke and NC State, we're seeing the quarterbacks go through discussions tonight. There's Williams with Tyler Van Dyke, and of course, going to have Restrepo around.
I mean, he might as well be a quarterback the way he sees the game and has a feel for how to get open.
There's TVD, the junior from Glastonbury, Connecticut. Restrepo on cue, right near a first down for Miami. I think he's going to be a step short. Jeremiah Trotter has had another big night for Clemson in the tackle department. Came in with 20 stops in his last 3 games. He had 92 a year ago. It'll be third and a step for Miami here. The son of a terrific NFL player.
Yeah, you know, he plays with a little more quickness. I think covers a little more ground than his father did, but both obviously pretty good at playing inside.
Former Stephen F. Austin Lumberjack Jeremiah Trotter brought it every Sunday. Here is Chaney. That'll be a first down, breaking through behind right guard. And Miami converts the third and short here. Miami playing without Mark Fletcher and Henry Parrish. We were told we might not see tonight either.
Well, and I would say this, just one carry for Donald Chaney in the first half, you know, maybe an effort to keep him fresh so that you can kind of put the game a little bit more on his shoulders in the second half.
Get a look at Arroyo, tight end, back to the left side of that formation here on 1st and 10. Chaney trying to get to the right. Picks a seam, and he'll be met by Peter Woods at the 42-yard line. And we'll go to the end of the third quarter. 10-point lead for Clemson. Taylor visits with Mario Cristobal next. 17-7 lead. The yards per attempt deal goes out the door tonight. But he's playing with some poise, right? He's made the one mistake on the deep ball.
Well, and really, Jacoby George kind of sold him out on the deep ball, and so he's been clean. Obviously, they've protected him. You just look at, obviously, they haven't thrown for a ton of yards.
And this is Smith trying to get the Miami run game cranked up. It's going to be 3rd down and about 3.5. You see, Miami has lost 5 straight ACC games, 6 of 9 at home in conference play.
It's kind of a shocking stat. Obviously, one they want to get turned around and have their hands full now with a young quarterback down 10.
So here's Colby Young and Restrepo to the top of the screen. You see the 2 tight ends to the bottom. And that's Chaney with Emory Williams. They're going to hand to Chaney. And boy, he got hit right at the line, but I think he'll crease the 48. And toward midfield goes Don Chaney Jr., Woodaz, and Trotter there for the Tigers.
I think Mario's assessment of some of the issues offensively is exactly right. Some of those penalties that have created 3rd and 10, 3rd and 10, 3rd and 10, it just is hard for any quarterback, much less a young quarterback who, you know, I think that Shannon Dawson is trying to protect a little bit with how he calls this game.
So 1st down and 10 now for Emory Williams. Chaney stays with him. Miami going to throw here. Williams loads, hits it. He does. That's Riley Williams, the tight end, the catch. He's going to get 5, and Emory Williams bounced right up. Maskell was the guy that hit the quarterback, and Wade Woodaz the tackle.
And it was really ugly, and to be honest with you, as low as it was, I thought initially there might be a flag to that, but I think that it's a good no call. But you're right, it did look ugly originally.
And Maskell, who delivered the hit, is still down. Breaking the action early 4th in Miami. Congratulations. You had 18 catches for 125 and a touchdown on the season. And tonight, how about 5 catches, 126 and 2 touchdowns, Tim?
I think the food for thought is feed Jake Brenningstool tonight.
Yeah. Check out with Jake Brenningstool. Here is Smith. And he will pick up a yard on 2nd down, so it'll be 3rd and 4. This young man from the Nashville area had 5 catches for 30 yards 2 weeks ago in the 5-point win against Wake Forest. And tonight, he's got 5 for about 4 times that, including 2 sensational touchdown catches.
He's been great, and Miami finds, you know, a manageable 3rd down, something that Mario Cristobal was looking for, and based on what we've seen, I think it's probably 2 downs to get 4.
3 of 10 tonight are the Canes on 3rd down. Here's Chaney racing through and almost stepped out of the last tackle of Mickens.
It's R.J. Mickens with a shoestring tackle that saves the touchdown. And Chaney, who we didn't see a lot of in the first half, has run hard in this 2nd half and is able to get by Jeremiah Trotter and just not able to pick him up fast enough before R.J. Mickens is able to get him down.
Longest run sans of Shard Smith maybe tonight by Miami. It's their longest drive of the game for sure. Getting ready for their 10th play. They had an 8-play drive that ended on downs a possession ago. 1st and 10. Chaney, right side, and he'll get nearly 6 on 1st down, Taylor.
By now, guys, we've all seen those images of Don Chaney really distraught after fumbling away the ball late in that Georgia Tech game. So it's good to see them continue to put the rock in his hands. We talked to offensive coordinator Shannon Dawson this week, and I asked him, what did he talk to him about after that loss to the Jackets? He said, I told him, it's not the end of the world. The sun came up the next day. No one died. You messed up, and so did I. I have to live with that, too. He says, the way I live with it, and you should, too, it's one play. He reminded him, we wouldn't be in that position without you, and they're continuing to give him the ball. They believe in Don Chaney, guys.
Well, and Chaney comes off on a bit of a hobble, so A.J. Allen has now checked in to join Williams. He'll get the call here, and Woodaz hits him after a yard or 2 toward the 23. 3rd down and 2 now for Miami. There's a look at Wade Woodaz, who played at Jesuit in Tampa. Terrific program there. He's got 2 interceptions on the year for the Tigers.
And again, because they've been running the football, Miami finds another manageable 3rd down. And Mario Cristobal basically said, look, the offensive line needs to do their part to make it a little bit easier on Emory Williams. They've done it this drive.
Single receivers to either side. They hit a 3rd down a moment ago. Allen the carry. 1st down, slides inside the 20 to the 18. Makuba there for Clemson, but damage is done.
Here's the thing, with Miami running the football like this, Clemson has now decided, look, we are putting everybody up in the box. And so now you have true one-on-one coverage outside, which makes it easy for the quarterback. It's not about a read at that point. It's about just throwing a one-on-one outside because of the way Clemson is stacking the box.
Chaney's come back in the ball game now with Williams. They're going to hand the ball to Chaney. And Woodaz and Capehart grab Chaney around the shoulder pads. They're at the 14. It'll be a run of 4. Miami is watching this 4th quarter move, though, almost 6 minutes in.
Yeah, and I think an opportunity outside is coming with the way they just keep kind of punching with the football inside. Maybe it's with Colby Young coming into the game.
When DeMonte Capehart is down for Clemson. And they'll come out to check on the big fella. Back after this. Inducted in December in the National Football Foundation College Football Hall of Fame in Las Vegas. Mark Richt, of course, former Miami head coach and, of course, successful tenure at Georgia. Paul Johnson, also at Georgia Tech, a part of an ACC friendly Hall of Fame induction class this year in Vegas.
Very friendly. Good to see McKinney having fun out there as well.
Terrific player at both the college and professional level. Here is Allen on the 2nd down play. Miami's been very conservative throwing, Tim. Pretty efficient running in this possession, picking up 3rd downs, getting 2, 3, 4 yards basically at every increment, it feels like.
Yeah, I mean, basically all on the ground here, and it's led to some of these manageable 3rd downs. They've run the football, but it is, however, taking a lot of time off the clock.
15th play of the drive. They're well over 8 minutes. What do you like here? This is 3rd down. You're in 2-down territory, no doubt.
You are, but I think you're kicking the field goal here if you don't get this.
Here's Williams. He's going to throw. Looking left side. Puts it up. Colby Young. Touchdown, Miami.
Listen, and there's your one-on-one to Colby Young. A lot of those 3rd downs, Miami was running the football. They obviously decide to spread them out a little bit more, and they get the 6'5" Colby Young an opportunity to just play the football. You see the big catch radius, and on Nate Wiggins, who goes at 6'2", just too hard to play that back shoulder fade with the ball up top. Nice throw by Emory Williams and great adjustment to the ball by Colby Young.
Borregales to try and make it a 3-point game. 15 plays, 12 of them running plays. 75 yards in 9 minutes off the 2nd half clock. Miami is to within 3, and Emory Williams throws for his first score of the night. Tannenbaum, we welcome you back to Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens, where the Canes are now to within 3. Colby Young's 4th touchdown catch of the year. And his 3rd catch tonight has drawn the Canes to within a 17-14 count now with 8 minutes to play. But it took 9 minutes and 15 snaps for Miami to get to the end zone. And Shipley will let this kick hit the back of the end zone, and we'll check in with Taylor.
Colby Young has had quite the football journey. He started his career at Lackawanna College, a JUCO in Pennsylvania, so this is really only his second year at the FBS level. I talked to Xavier Restrepo about the wide receiver, and he said, look, he's a freak of nature, has all the traits. 6'5", giant, super explosive, great hands. Also mentioned he's a great listener too, which is huge for a guy trying to grow his game. But where he's seen the most change in Colby is his confidence. He said last year it kind of felt like Colby was scared to make a wrong move, trying not to make mistakes. Now he is just playing, and guys, thanks to Colby Young, we got a game here in Miami Gardens.
And a lot warmer than hometown Binghamton, New York for Colby Young. Here's Klubnik handing to Shipley. Will Shipley trying to find a runway and picks up 6 on first down. Nothing easy about that money for Will Shipley, Tim.
No, but a good job of sifting your way through it by Shipley. And listen, much like Miami needed to stay on schedule, similar thing for Clemson here. And look, you're not in 4-minute offense mode, obviously, with 7.5 minutes left in this football game. But based on how Miami's operating on offense, you want to eat up as much of this clock as you can.
Klubnik now with the play clock toward 10, trying to get a 2-by-2 look set here on second down and a long 5. Play fake, and they tried to get it to Collins, and it got deflected up in the air. Corey Flagg banged it around, and that ball hung in the air here for just a second on a ball intended for Bo Collins.
Well, it's a great job of diagnosing it by Corey Flagg, and he gets there to Collins, and now we got a third down, and the crowd has come alive here at Hard Rock Stadium.
And Clemson, who was first in the ACC in conference play on third down, is just 3 of 9 tonight. 5 to snap it for Klubnik. They may have to burn the timeout here. Got to 2, and they did. Dabo Swinney punches the timeout. His first here in the second half, and Garrett Riley, the offensive coordinator, of course, who was with Sonny Dykes the last 3 years in Dallas and Fort Worth, respectively, at SMU, and certainly last year in TCU's run to the national championship game. They're going to have a go over here, what they want to do, Tim.
Well, certainly need to get this call right. This is a big one. And I think you're talking about, more players than plays in this situation, Wes, to be honest with you. And so for me,
Brenning
Stool's got to be somebody that you're trying to get the football to. Then it's Tyler Brown is the other one. He's been a little quiet, but he's done a good job of operating inside, and both of those guys are playing in the slot. Brenning Stool up top, Tyler Brown at the bottom of the screen in the slot.
Crowd roaring here at Clemson. Canes bring 4. Klubnik throws, and incomplete, no flag. Brenning Stool was the intended receiver with Cloyd, the linebacker, in coverage.
It's the right spot to go with the football. It's just not the right throw. Klubnik does a good job of reading the coverage. He's got Brenning Stool running with KJ Cloyd running with him, much like the touchdown that we saw Brenning Stool catch earlier. Back turned to Brenning Stool. You just got to get this ball up and over. He doesn't get it up and over, basically between the 2 and the 3 on Cloyd's back. But if that ball is high to the 6'6" tight end, it's probably a conversion.
Swanson to punt it away. Does. Toward the Miami bench. It'll hit around the 40-yard line and then carry him out of bounds. The Hurricane bench is litigating, and that's where it's measured. 60 yards from the lead for Emory Williams in his first start. Next. 9 of 9 in the second half. The touchdown pass to Colby Young, and here's Emory Williams on first down, and the Tigers. And that is Tyler Davis pushing through for the tackle behind the line, his second of the season.
You see the 9 of 9, obviously a controlled passing game in the second half. Just 58 yards, and with the clock running, obviously you have all kinds of time to operate your normal offense, but you are going to have some moments where he throws it down the field some.
Loss of 3 on first down, 6.5 to go in a 3-point game. Williams to throw. Loads, shoots it again for Colby Young. Caught! No, dropped. Nate Wiggins was there. It looked like Young had it for a moment, couldn't hang on.
Well, it looked like he had it. In fact, Emory Williams thought that he had it. He was celebrating like he just caught it. Inside release by Colby Young, and he wins right away. Inside release, then get on top and stack him. It's a perfectly thrown ball, but Wiggins is able to just rip it out and look after the play. Emory Williams is celebrating. He's running down the football with his back turned. He didn't realize he's now facing a 3rd and 13.
Dabo Swinney talking to one of his defensive leaders, veteran Nate Wiggins. Most experienced guy he's got in the back end. And now Miami's got to take a timeout. Tim, and this is where Mario Cristobal hit it on the head with Taylor. The first down negative run play, and then you missed the long shot play, right?
Yeah, so now you find yourself in 3rd and 13, and listen, with the way this game has gone, you just start wondering if you're going to get the possession. I think if you end up with a 4th and 13, you've got to punt the football and trust your defense. But that was a beautiful throw by Emory Williams, and Colby Young, who makes the great play on the touchdown reception, not able to bring that one in. Defensively, if I'm Clemson, I'm rushing 3, dropping 8, making the windows be small for Emory Williams here.
Dabo Swinney trying to become Clemson's all-time leader in wins tonight. Ironic, trying to pass a fellow Alabamian, Barlow Bend native Frank Howard. 3rd down and 14. Williams again, across the middle, caught. Young, first down to midfield. Terrific throw by the freshman Emory Williams here.
It's a huge throw, and he goes back to Colby Young, who just had the drop. 2nd window slant throw right into the number 4, into the body, not extending his receiver. That's really well done on 3rd and long.
Longest pass of the game for Miami is 16 and a first down.
And without the laces as part of his grip, just grab it any way you can get it and shoot it out to Colby Young.
Canes have only 1 timeout as they reach midfield. 3 to tie. Touchdown will give them the lead. A.J. Allen the ball carrier, and he will get 3 to the 47. Tyler Davis. We called DeMonte Capehart's name tonight. He left the field. Tyler Davis now from Apopka, Florida, has checked in for Clemson on that defensive front with a row as well.
It definitely feels like this big offensive line for Miami is starting to kind of lean on the Clemson front a little bit, and Chaney back in the backfield. Been a physical runner this 2nd half.
Gonna hand it to Chaney again, trying to get to the perimeter. Heck of a play by Trotter.
It's a huge play by Trotter, Wes, because there's room to run for Chaney. And how about Trotter right here? Just look at the quickness, instincts that he plays with, and a downhill. Just able to get enough of Chaney. That's a big stop to face. You got to force another 3rd and long.
Yep, 3rd down and 8.
And now with the pace of this game, I think that we are now in 2-down territory for Miami in these situations.
Colby Young's been the guy for Emory Williams here the last couple of exchanges. Here's Williams. He's going to take another shot to Young, and it is caught inside the 25 against Sheridan Jones. 6'5" Colby Young has been huge for Miami here in the 4th quarter.
But it's because you can run the football. It forces you to fill the box, and when you do that, you get one-on-one opportunities. I know it's 3rd and long, but you get a one-on-one outside. And the ball was actually so far underthrown that it almost made it harder for Sheridan Jones to react to it, and Colby Young is able to identify it and go back and get it.
Another 2 tight set. The single back is Chaney here. Pistol set for Emory Williams. 3.5 to play. Chaney on first down. And Cade Denoff wraps him up as he reaches the 21 along with Davis. I beg your pardon, TJ Parker, 12. Denoff, 44 from the other side for Clemson. There's a look at the true freshman from Phoenix City, Alabama. So second down and about 8 here.
And here's what I would say if you're Clemson, is I think you've got to maybe start thinking about a timeout right before third down, because I think Miami is going to be content really winding this down, being in field goal territory.
Here's the give. Inside, that's Chaney. He'll get to the 20. It's going to be third down and what, maybe 7 here, Tim?
Yeah, and I think that if I'm Clemson, I would have used a timeout, because if in fact you hold them,
right,
you know, now you're leaving as much time on the clock to get down the field to kick a game-winning field goal if in fact we get knotted up at 17.
Well, now you're at 3rd and 7, and in fact, if you're 2 down territory here, do you throw on 3rd?
Here's what I'm doing. I see to me, I'm protecting my young quarterback. Look, you got to probably have a one-on-one up top to Isaiah Horton. That might be where I'm going with the football.
Here's Williams. He'll look left, tee up Horton against Nate Wiggins, and it's incomplete.
But listen, that's fine. It's an opportunity outside. There's not a lot of, and there's a lot of John there. I'd be careful if I was Nate Wiggins. Look, the ball's not in harm's way. You got a one-on-one outside. They give Horton a shot with a double move. Just misses him, doesn't let him get his hands on the football. Look, now you got an opportunity to kick the game-tying field goal. And I think for Clemson, because Miami threw the football there, they didn't have to use that timeout. Now there's going to be plenty of time for them if they get this football back.
Borregales has made his last 7. This is 38 to tie. Kick is away and perfect. 11th field goal of the year for Andres Borregales. And we are tied at 17 now with 1:52 to play in the ball game. A 10-point fourth quarter so far for Miami. Well, little history between these two teams, and that's the subject of tonight's Westopedia. You go back to 2009. Oh, we got to get a little C.J. Spiller video in here, Tim. Punt return for a score by Spiller. That is Kyle Parker in overtime to Jacoby Ford. Clemson wins in overtime, 40-37. Dabo Sweeney's.
Young Dabo.
Young Dabo. Fresh out of Pelham Dabo. Commercial real estate Dabo. First win against a ranked team, 40-37 in overtime, 2009.
It's fun to look back at some of those moments, isn't it? And just to kind of appreciate the job that Dabo has done at Clemson, right? From that point to what the program has become, and this has become a really good football game. I think it's also provided an opportunity here for Cade Klubnik to find himself in a situation to kind of put a stake in the ground, have a moment as the Clemson quarterback.
Tigers will have 2 timeouts. Miami will have 1. And there'll be no return from Shipley. Clemson will scrimmage from its 25.
You know, at the same time that it's a moment for Klubnik, it's also an opportunity for guys like Ruben Bain, you know, where you've got an opportunity to rush the passer, and Klubnik, who was just barely over 50% on the night, is facing a tough defense, is going to face a tough pass rush.
Regardless of how it ends, Emory Williams, put yourself down for a good night. Klubnik will bring Shipley with him. 3 receivers and the tight end, Brenningstool. Klubnik, forced from the pocket, going to sail it over the head and out of bounds of Bo Collins. Way out of bounds with Jaden Davis over there defending.
And how about Lance Goodry basically saying, look, time on the clock, first play, I'm coming after you. I'm getting a lot of guys at the line of scrimmage, and I'm going to heat you up. And basically can do that if you feel like your defensive backs can hold up on the perimeter without help, which clearly was the case on first down.
Second down and 10 now for Klubnik. Miami looks like they're going to heat him up again. From the pocket, looking for Brenningstool, overthrown, incomplete. Floyd, the linebacker, was there. Kitchens was coming over the top. And Tim, quite frankly, the Tigers have used about 10 seconds.
Hey, now you're danger zone if you're Clemson here, and honestly, if Clemson decides to run this football, Mario Cristobal needs to go ahead and take that last time out, give his team a chance when they get the football back. If Clemson throws it here, obviously it may bail Miami out in terms of using it.
Here's Klubnik, pressure coming. He'll take the shot, looking for Brenningstool, and almost intercepted by Kitchens. Oh my goodness.
Listen, it's pressure again by Ruben Bain. See, Klubnik is forced to hold the ball a little bit, and he takes a shot from Bain, who's been in the backfield all night. Look, there's plenty of time now, Wes, for Miami, especially considering they've got a good field goal kicker.
Aiden Swanson's longest punt is 62 yards against Florida State. Ray Joseph waits, and he will ask for and make the fair catch at the 28-yard line. Well, the Canes just kicked a field goal in a 10-play drive a moment ago, but along the way to the Borregales kick, Emory Williams was pretty steady.
Well, he started to kind of find his rhythm. Good throw to Colby Young on the go route. Young just can't bring it in. Then he goes right back to Colby Young, hits him on the slant on a huge third and long conversion. Then throws the big fella a jump ball. And, you know, Tyler Van Dyke clearly has the connection with Xavier Restrepo, and it feels like Colby Young is Emory Williams' go-to guy.
If you're wondering, Andres Borregales' longest field goal of the year is 50 against Texas A&M. His longest of his career, 2021 against Michigan State. There's a throw on first down, and 4, maybe 5 yards to Restrepo. Handy to have one of the ACC's top receivers at your call if you're Emory Williams here.
Yeah, Miami needs a little more sense of urgency here, considering they have one timeout. You'd love to save that timeout to run your field goal unit on the field.
They probably got to get the ball somewhere near Clemson's 40-yard line, maybe even a little closer. Second down, they're going to hand it to Chaney. He got flipped over by Makuba. Shy of the 40, and Chaney's hobbling.
But they're giving him the first down, which saves Miami here because the clock is momentarily stopped. Now they'll wind it, but they need to be up on the line of scrimmage. Like, to me, I don't know why you're huddling right here.
Yeah. So Miami, with 35 seconds left, breaks the huddle here.
I mean, and they're shifting.
So a half minute to go. Williams wants to throw. Now being flushed, and he'll put it up and incomplete in the bench area. And that was a row. Big Root was tracking Emory Williams here, but Miami's let some valuable time go off.
Yeah, I mean, just took away. I mean, there's 50 seconds left. Now we got 22 seconds left on the clock to run one play. Like, and listen, you've got a true freshman quarterback. Right. He's not been getting the reps. There was some hope that Tyler Van Dyke would play. So some of these situations, you just don't have the benefit of having worked on as much with Emory Williams. I just would not be huddling in that scenario.
A.J. Allen's coming to backfield here with Williams. One timeout left for Miami on a 2nd and 10. They're going to hand it to Allen. He goes right into the teeth of the Tiger defense. Miami fans don't like it. And is Mario Cristobal just going to let this clock run out and go to overtime? Sure is. That'll do it. Miami is going to play Clemson into overtime tonight in South Florida. So The Canes and Clemson will go to the extra session. Tied at 17. Borregales' field goal in the final 2 minutes ties it. Overtime next on ACC Network Primetime. Fourth quarter clock tick off here.
Listen, I feel like this was a bizarre sequence. You get the ball back with 1:34 in a timeout. You throw one pass, so you clearly are like, hey, we're throwing the football, and then runs consecutively after that. I just think you've got a good place kicker.
Yep.
You're playing with your freshman quarterback. I understand you want to protect him, but it's first down. And honestly, your wide receivers have been winning one-on-ones. And your quarterback is coming off the best drive he's had of the night.
Quick refresher, the 2-point tries have to occur in the second overtime. So Clemson on offense first after Miami won the toss, and here is Maffa. Boy, it's been a while since we've seen Phil Maffa, but the Tigers elect to plug in the big 230-pound junior here on the first snap for about 3.
You just think about some of the red zone struggles for Clemson this year. Look, your reward of overtime is operate in the red area, see if you can hold on to the football. Brenningstool, who's been the guy all night in the passing game, I would think the ball would be headed his way.
He's closest to the formation on the right. Here's a quick throw. This is Tyler Brown trying to find a seam, and look at Ruben Bain get right to Brown and take him down. There is a flag thrown on the far side at the Miami 19-yard line.
Offside. Defense, number 11. Wide open in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty, second down.
It's on Corey Flagg, the linebacker. And Brenningstool going to go out here on second down.
You see Corey Flagg lined up over the left tackle. He's just coming with basically what amounts to a will-free safety blitz, and just lines up. That's a big penalty now to keep you on schedule. For a Clemson team that's been more effective running it than throwing it.
2-back setup here for Klubnik. Low snap, get it to Maffa. Phil Maffa, and going to be close to the first down at the 16. Ruben Bain again the stop for Miami. Boy, how good has the big freshman been tonight?
Well, and how good is Cade Klubnik at fielding the ground ball snap that he got there? It just, it's hard. I mean, that was almost a disaster, but good reaction by Klubnik, and now still alive with the 3rd and 1.
3rd and 1 here. Shipley in the game. Snap, give is Shipley. First down to the 10. First and goal on the Williams tackle. Boy, James Williams saved the touchdown too. Shipley was trying to edge away from the big safety at 6'5".
Yeah, you want to play safety. Good luck. It's a good cut by Shipley. Now you get in the open field, and he's got a lot of shake to him. That's an excellent job of Williams getting him to the ground, keeping Shipley out of the end zone. And so Garrett Riley talked about having kind of sustained drives, and it feels that way even overtime, starting from the 25. That may take a few plays for Clemson to punch it in.
Tigers have gotten 2 scores in 3 red zone trips tonight. Here's Klubnik to throw, looking right, in trouble. Bain again. If Cade Klubnik wakes up in the middle of the night, he's going to see 44 in an orange jersey.
Listen, that's almost like Reggie White hump move type stuff right there. Just get underneath Blake Miller's shoulder, and
now Jonathan White is on the clock potentially for the Clemson scoring opportunity here. Is this a one-on-one shot? No. Klubnik throws here near side. Stellato the catch. He's knocked down. That's Porter.
Well, in West here, I mean, it's 3rd and goal. I mean, this is almost end of game type stuff if you're Miami defensively. They talked a lot this week to us about situational football. Look, you're conceding the field goal from this point anyway. Like, this to me is a drop 8, defend the goal line. Defend the goal line to force the field goal. If I were Miami, I would not get aggressive defensively here. Keep everything in front of you.
Running Stool and Collins here to the bottom of your screen, and now Mario Cristobal uses the timeout. Well, we're winding down in week 8 of the ACC on this Saturday night. And after the ball game, Taylor Tannenbaum, Coach Rick, Eddie Royal, Eric McLean, E.J. Manuel, they'll wrap up the day. And it's been an unbelievable day. Started at noon in Atlanta, and it hadn't let up, Tim.
I mean, it's been a wild day. Something has happened here. Like, I don't like this whatsoever. It's 3rd and goal from the 15th. I don't know why Miami is using their only timeout. You've got a freshman quarterback. You're going to need to score. You could be up against the play clock. There could be all kinds of issues. 3rd and 15, defend the goal line, force the field goal attempt by Clemson. They're already in field goal range. I don't know why you need to take a timeout in that situation.
Jonathan White waits to see if he's called on. Klubnik, Miami bringing 5. Klubnik sneaks through, trying to round to the far side, took a huge hit from Corey Couch, and now Clemson will kick the field goal.
So mission accomplished if you're Miami defensively. Do a good job, give up a 1st down, but then you do a good job of tightening down after the play from Ruben Bain, and this was a quarterback draw. This is a bit of a surprise call. 3rd and that long, but obviously trying not to have your quarterback fall into a mistake if you're Clemson.
31 yards for White. And he knocks it through. So Clemson is in front. The Tigers on a 7-play possession in the first overtime, and now Miami goes to the offense.
Yeah, and because you know what you're playing for now, in terms of what Clemson did, and because of the kicker that you have in Borregales, I think we're going to see a heavy dose of the run game, probably
Absolutely.
with Don Chaney. You know, as the Miami offensive line has done a much better job in the second half, but just kind of using some of that size to lean on the Clemson front. And then if you do get an opportunity where Clemson, it seems like they are loading the box with everyone and you get one-on-ones outside, then you can go ahead and take your shot. But an extra offensive lineman in the game as an extra tight end to the right side, I would expect run game coming that direction.
Here's Emory Williams getting his first collegiate start tonight in overtime now against Clemson, and Chaney just bangs on the door straight ahead for 3. And there's no surprise at all. Jalen Phillips down in the box to make the tackle. So Miami now with 2 tight ends in the set. McCormick to the far side, and that is Riley Williams, who had a touchdown catch against Georgia Tech. And the hand to Chaney. Almost a first down. He dragged down at the 16 by R.J. Mickens.
That was a really good job of Francis Maui-Noah getting up to Jeremiah Trotter. Nearly sprung him, and now Miami once again putting big guys on the field. You see Maui-Noah 61 get up to Trotter, and that's what springs him to lead to this 3rd and short.
Yep, 3rd and 1. There's Borregales. You see the overload here to the right. And the ball to Chaney. Hit right on the button Phillips crashed the box again for Clemson. Lost a yard, did Chaney. And Borregales will have to cover the rest here in the first overtime.
You think Clemson's not selling out for the run? Look at, here comes Phillips. I mean, that's a safety player making the play on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage. I mean, basically Clemson saying, we dare you to throw it.
So here is Borregales, who's hit his last 8. This is 35 yards, and now Clemson wants a timeout. And Andres Borregales from here in Miami will try to tie the ball game at 20. Mario Cristobal's used his overtime timeout. Dabo now uses his.
And this game has gotten physical.
Yes, it has.
I mean, it just...
Well, it's been physical, but it's gotten more physical.
There's no doubt about it. And kind of get the sense these overtimes are basically going to be like a heavyweight fight with just punches, you know, and maybe you spring one.
Borregales is 45 of 53 in his career. To tie the game in the first overtime. And he does. Right down the middle. So the 35-yard field goal puts us at 20-20 here in South Florida. Tigers and Hurricanes continue in a moment.
Cats like Coco are masters at hiding their health needs. Stay curious and support their daily care with tailored nutrition.
Hello? It took me a long time to make this call. When I was deployed, I kept thinking about home, but now I just keep wishing I could go back.
Okay, I'm glad you called. We're gonna walk through this together.
B&H is here to make sure you have the right parts and partner for the task at hand. B&H.
You cannot depend on Carl to make peace with his seatbelt. But you can always depend on his car starting because he has an Interstate battery. Interstate batteries, outrageously dependable.
Get 4K Plus to catch fall baseball live in 4K on Fox. Watch in ultra high definition with unlimited streams at home and more. YouTube TV.
Well, Miami's going to have the ball. We're in the second overtime here tonight in South Florida. Tied at 20 all. And Williams and the Canes to work. Quick throw, trying to get it here on the perimeter. That's Smith. And he will have the first down inside the 15 to nearly the 12. Goes Brashard Smith before Jeremiah Trotter makes the tackle, and Smith looked like he might have been shaken up quick.
This is a great catch by Smith. Look at this, you know, no laces for Emory Smith, and that ball is on the shoelaces of Smith. You can just see how dangerous he is once he gets the ball in his hands.
Remember, if Miami scores a touchdown, they've got to go for 2 here. 1st and 10, right around the 13.5-yard line. That's Restrepo kind of in the drift back near the tight end, Riley Williams. They're going to hand the ball to Allen. Made a move against Woodaz. Works to the perimeter, and he'll be flipped over by Makuba around the 9. It'll be a gain of around 4 for A.J. Allen, the Nebraska transfer, who's seen a lot of work tonight behind Don Chaney.
A lot of work, and that's a really impressive cut to get beyond Woodaz. And then it's also an impressive job that Clemson secondary. Wiggins flying up there, forcing Allen back inside.
In the second overtime, and there's the freshman Emory Williams making his first collegiate start, battling Clemson and off into overtime. Allen again, and he will dive through toward the 6. So it'll be 3rd and 2 here. You're not surprised at all by the play calls, are you?
No, I'm not. I mean, I thought that they would, decide to run the football. And now here comes Matthew McCoy wearing number 81, an extra offensive lineman that they keep putting in the game basically to run the football. Now, I will say this, with the way Clemson decided to come after him, Colby Young at the bottom of the screen on Sheridan Jones might be something that they try as well.
Allen is the back on 3rd and 2. They give it. No, they're going to throw. Young the catch. I think he'll have the first down against Nate Wiggins. It'll be 1st and goal as he's slung out of bounds by the veteran Clemson corner.
They just try to hide Colby Young, run him into the flat. Now, new set of downs. I'd be shocked if this ball ends up in the air, Wes.
Yep. Two straight losses in the ACC for Cristobal's team, and now trying to hand Clemson their 3rd conference loss. And we're in the 2nd overtime. Allen dances left, cashes in, touchdown Miami.
Hey, but now if you're Miami, you have to go for 2. Would not spend too much time celebrating. Emory Williams got to get his group back. Get ready for the 2-point play. I think there's some confusion with Matt Lee getting ready to run off the field. The situation here being in the 2nd overtime.
So Miami has taken the lead 26-20 on A.J. Allen's run of 3 yards. And now the 2-point play. You see Young to the left. Here's Williams to his right. Being flushed by Parker. He'll put it in the air, and he's pulled down from behind on the horse collar. T.J. Parker was there.
Personal foul. Horse collar's happening. Defense, number 12. That's the distance to the goal. It's on down.
So quarterbacks in the pocket, there is no horse collar. Inside the pocket. Quarterback outside the pocket. No longer have that same type of treatment. That's a horse collar tackle. And now, half the distance to the goal. A very different scenario now if you're Miami is once again Matthew McCoy, the offensive lineman, back in the game basically as an extra tight end, but basically an offensive lineman. I think running the football very much on the table here for Miami.
Isaiah Horton did come to the huddle, but now he retreats back to the Miami bench. He's a 6'4" wide receiver who's played tonight in rotation for his quarterback Emory Williams. So Allen is the running back and Emory Williams in the pistol for Shannon Dawson. They're going to hand it to Allen. Tries to break to the right, and he gets the 2-point play. So it's 28-20. The penalty put Miami half the distance, and they take advantage of it on the ground.
And that's really good running on the touchdown and the 2-point play by A.J. Allen. And there's been a suddenness, but there's also been a willingness to get north and south. This is a touchdown run. Looks like he's going to bounce it, but then foot in the ground is able to find his way into the end zone. He's fired up about it, and then on a 2-point play just the other side, a similar type run. Foot in the ground, lower those shoulders, and be able to get through T.J. Parker to push into the end zone.
Boy, A.J. Allen's been a nice change of pace behind Don Chaney tonight. Miami has run the ball for 211 yards tonight. And now Klubnik and Clemson have to have a touchdown and a 2-pointer to force a 3rd overtime. Here is Shipley. Leg drive. maybe 3. Nope, 2. 2nd and 8 will be the next snap off the 23. Tim, can Clemson's mentality be the same as it's been kind of in this fourth quarter? It's been a fair balance, I think.
Yeah, it's been a fair balance. The guys that have made plays have been Brenningstool and Tyler Brown, both guys that are lined up in the slot right now. I also wouldn't think it's a terrible idea to get Klubnik on the move, especially with the way Miami has rushed the passer.
That's Brown in motion. Here is Klubnik looking, throws, Brown caught it at the 5. 1st and goal, Clemson.
And I'm telling you what, if I'm Clemson right now, I'm using tempo off of a big play. Tempo off of a big play to keep a basic call coming in for Miami defensively.
Shipley stays as the running back. Terrific catch by the freshman Brown. 1st and goal, snap a little high, and Shipley is snowed under. It'll be a loss, I think, of a yard on the play. Harrison, Hunt, Bain, the first guys there.
Yeah, and, you know, Miami's selling out for the run here.
Cade Klubnik's got his 3rd career 300-yard passing game here tonight. On 18 of 33. 2nd down and goal. Clemson needs a touchdown in the 2-pointer to force the 3rd overtime. Here's Klubnik moving to his left. Throws, and was that intercepted? No, incomplete. Jaden Davis.
Miami does an amazing job of passing this off. They're trying to get Brenningstool into the flat. And so they're going to run Brenningstool in the flat, and they're trying to get these picks. But right out here, they just pass it off. You're going to run inside. I'm going to pass it off and get outside of Brenningstool. That forces Klubnik to come off the flat to Brenningstool and get back inside. Miami nearly comes up with a turnover.
And now Maffa has checked in. Brown has gone out. And Miami is exchanging platoons defensively.
But now the play clock's an issue because of the substitution. And
Dabo Swinney takes a timeout.
So basically what happens here, Miami substitutes late. Because Miami substitutes, Clemson substitutes. Because they do that, the officials then give Miami the opportunity to substitute. They decide to substitute not at their fastest pace imaginable. And because of that, Clemson is forced to take their timeout.
And we're starting to see more and more of this in college football, aren't we? And I'm not saying it's gamesmanship. It's just 11th hour strategy.
Well, and listen, it definitely is what you do. If an offense is going to substitute late, the defense can punish them basically by subbing slowly. And if the officials are going to hold the play.
Now this ball was, the closest got to it was Jaden Davis on a ball for Tyler Brown. Tell you what, it did bounce, but just ever so slightly. In fact, I think.
And so now during that timeout, you needed to talk to Cade Klubnik about everything in terms of the scenario. It's 3rd down. Look, if we don't get it here, we're probably coming back with this. So talk through the whole scenario now that you've used your timeout in the 2nd overtime.
Cloyd hustled off the field. Miami had 12 out there for a brief moment. 3rd down. Shipley straight ahead. Miami trying to stack him up. Did Will get in? No. Klubnik thought he was headed for the end zone. Instead, he's just a step or 2 inside the 1.
And how about Jared Harrison Hunt, who just does a good job at the line of scrimmage. I mean, this game, there'll be some ice tubs after this one. A little surprised that Maffa is not in the game down at the goal line.
So here is Shipley with Klubnik. And now Mario Cristobal a timeout. And the former offensive lineman here at Miami. Pretty good trot down there to get the timeout punched. So Tim, everything seemingly for Clemson has been right at the tackle or inside tonight in the run game, right? Nothing going east and west seemingly for Garrett Riley.
No. Now, I would say early in the football game, Clemson was trying some of the read plays where Klubnik had the option to keep the football and get to the perimeter. Now, Miami defended it well. They haven't seen it in quite some time. I would just say this, because I know it's something that maybe everybody is thinking about. I mean, the ball is on the 6-inch line.
Right.
These teams that are strictly in the shotgun, it is at times maddening to think that when you look at what the Philadelphia Eagles are doing in the NFL, of basically getting back there and just pushing into the end zone, that Clemson's going to snap this football to the 5-yard line.
Yep. Sage Ennis and Brenningstool, two tights to the right. Collins and Brown are the receivers. Shipley with Klubnik. A lot of grass to Klubnik's left. Here he goes. Wide side. Klubnik trying to break away. He cannot. It's Corey flag, and Miami wins. The Canes, who saw their hopes 2 weeks ago fall, and then last Saturday night in Chapel Hill, saw the game slip away in the second half. Tim, they get 10 points in the last 8 minutes of the fourth quarter and seemingly make a lot of big plays in the two overtimes.
A ton of big plays and really big plays by the defense. Clemson comes back to a read play. One they ran earlier in the game out of the unbalanced look. Unbalanced to the right. They run a read play to the open side.